All right, welcome back to another video. So I think this is going to be a coding video. I'm going to work on the metronome some more. We've still got quite a few bugs in the metronome. We've also got some key features that are missing. If you want to practice world music, you really need two things. You need polyrhythms, and you also need swing. There are some swing metronomes that have swing, um, but they're kind of few and far between. So let's look for a metronome out there that does have a swing feature. So here we go. Here's a swing metronome somebody wrote on Reddit. Here we go. Free metronome online. This is the okay. So this one looks like it might have swing. Oh no, it's just a bunch of videos. Okay, so link to the website. Here we go. Um, so yeah, here's a metronome that has some swing. Let's see if we can use it. So we're at 80 beats per minute. 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see if we can add some swing to it. Nope. So yeah, if it does have it's not usable. It's not a usable metronome. Um, or at least not easily. That's something we can improve upon, hopefully using the AI is but here's an example of a swing
Swing click is
metronome.
the first and only metronome to give you the option to practice swing. With all the functionality of a modern metronome, you can also change the position of the offbeat freely to set up whatever groove you like, and then practice it at whatever tempo you like. And for you non-drummers out there, you can even set it to the sound of a drum kit, so you can play along with the drummer, again, in whatever groove you like. Swing and micro timing have always been an essential part of how music feels. We can detect as little as a 5 millisecond difference between two sounds. At 60 BPM, this would be 1/200th of a beat, or half a percent. However, learning to hear and play this is usually chalked up to just feel it by copying lots of existing music. We wanted a way to be able to practice this with more flexibility than that, at different speeds and with all the functions of a modern metronome, but now with the feel of real music. You can add as many subdivisions as you want, for example, eighth notes or quavers, triplets, 16th notes, semiquavers, quintuplets, and move any of them completely freely to create your own grid. Use the beat sequencer to create drum grooves to practice along to, or to make more complex grooves. Use the bar sequences to train your own internal timing by adding in bars of silence, just downbeats, or just the subdivisions. Of course, all of this is really just a starting point to be able to be more aware of micro timing and to hear the natural fluctuations and fluidity of real music. The goal is not to be robotic, but using this as a tool to strengthen those skills. That said, try to practice as accurately as possible. Once you've got the idea and you start to be able to hear and feel subtle timing feels, listen out for them in every piece of music you hear, and listen to how different instruments might sit at different swing points within the same beat. You might end up discovering more music that you didn't think you liked before, or just find a new appreciation for music that you loved anyway. The most important thing, go and play with this. Make good music. Have fun.
Okay, so obviously seems like it's a bit better than metronome.
Swing click is the first.
Maybe I perhaps didn't write the world's best metronome, But this is missing a few features that my metronome has. Let's pull my metronome up. Uh, so the biggest feature it's missing is, as of this time, this is a paid monetized metronome, and it's not even released yet. Oh, okay, it was released. Okay, and it is released. So, it's a paid metronome. This one, at least while I'm developing it, it's just going to be out here for free. But yeah, we can see it had much better features than mine. The visual indicator was much more useful. It was also interactive, and that's how you change the swing by moving the beat around on the circle. Really clever design. I really like that design. Um, uh, there were also some more features. It allowed you to practice by having the beat drop out for a few measures, which is a really good feature because then what that practices is your internal timing. You play along to the metronome stops, and then the metronome starts again. And the idea is you completely continued on without skipping a beat. You'll find if you've never done this sort of practice before, you might end up being ahead or behind the metronome. So the goal is to build up that internal sense of rhythm so that when the metronome starts up again, it starts up exactly with you and no alteration to the tempo has occurred. So that's one thing that it has that mine does not. But mine does have some features that it doesn't appear to have. The other thing it has that mine does not is a lot more uh, a lot more presets. You can preset certain rhythms and a lot more of a selection of tones. But mine actually does have some features that it doesn't have. I'm not sure if it has this preset feature. It looks like it certainly doesn't have the tempo changes feature. So, so there's still uh, perhaps quite a bit of room for improvement. But let's start this coding session. I'm going to use O3. I had some luck with O4 Mini High. It was good at just building this from scratch. But it was very bad at like debugging and like listening to what and then the thing is it was deceitful. It would say, "Okay, I'll do this," and then it wouldn't do it. So specifically it was giving me full files. It wouldn't do that. It would just give me parts of files. So we're going to take the transcript from this video. I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So I should be good to stay on this for a bit. So we're going to start by taking the transcript of the video and just wholesale feeding that into ChatGPT without even a prompt or anything. Okay, and let's see what ChatGPT says. I can open up my Visual Studio Code. Let's see if there's any changes pending. Nope. So yeah, this is the code we've got. You know what? Oh, right. I have been committing my changes. If I hadn't committed my changes, they wouldn't be live. But let's do a sanity check here. This should completely look the same as this. Yep, it does. And then the bug should be corrected in both of them. So the bug that we were specifically looking at is we have 4/4 with the accent tone being a tick. So tick, click, 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 tick, click, click, click. And the bug was in the tempo changes. So on measure 2, we're going to have it change to 3/4. And then in measure 3, we'll have it change back to 4/4. It wasn't able to do that before, but it should now. Tick, click, 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 tick, click, click, tick, click, 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 tick, click. So there we go. The bug is changed here. It should also be changed here. I know it is, but let's just do a sanity check. I'm just making sure that the code in my Visual Studio matches the code that I have out there hosted live. Um, if it doesn't, that means that there's something going wrong in my commits in my version control. Click to, oh, and we gotta change the tone. Tick, click, 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 tick, click, click, tick, click, click, click. There we go. So yeah, everything looks good there. Now, okay, so this promo, okay, it responded. That promo packs a lot of ideas you could graft into your browser metronome project. So I've distilled the essentials and mapped them to concrete implementation moves. Love it. Okay, do it. Perfect. Um, perfect. Perfect. Can you please implement them in the code we are writing for my personal metronome. When you are ready, I will give you this code, and you can provide me back with the new code file with the implementations in it. Here it is. It is all in one file. All right, and I am gonna utilize VR. So I'm gonna go into VR and link my this is why I wear my headphones. There's an annoying clicking sound that it would be great to have a pair of headphones on, not to hear. Oh, okay. Well, the problem with this setup is it makes my mouse not work so well. Yeah, this is what causes my mouse to lag a bunch. Okay, now I've got my desktop up here, which makes it a little easier. So, shoot. Okay, so yeah, this looks good now. Oops, but it's not letting me. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here's the code. So I'm looking at this in VR. So let's get the uh, yeah updated. And now the cool thing is we can just, because it's all in one file, we can just troubleshoot it directly here. Um, so you can see it's quite a bit different now. We do have the so let's make one bar silent. Oh, and we'll set the BPM back to 120. I need my on-screen keyboard. There we go. Okay. All right, set that back to 120. 2, 3, 4, 3. So yeah, none of the measures. So none of this is working at all. It's just completely uh didn't do it correct. So yeah, there's no swing slider, no nothing. All right, well let's take a look at the code. Yeah, the bar's on, and oh, this is kind of working now. So let's change the accent. Oh, look, it gave me more. 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, blank two. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, silent 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and you could heard I was not exactly on it, right? 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, silent 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, silent 2, 3, 4, 1. There we go. That was perfect timing. Okay, so yeah, we can see this feature is really cool. So I like that. Let's see what the new sounds sound like. Okay, kick sounds pretty good. Cool. Cool. So it looks like it didn't exactly, like, not everything worked. It looks like the swing slider didn't work. It looks like I like a few things that you did. I like that you have a quintuplet subdivision. That's kind of cool. I like that you added kick and kick and snare. I don't see the hi hat there. But kick and snare sound great, so those are great additions. I really like the simple bar sequence trainer, mute after every end bars. That's great. Um, the redrawn notation cursor synced to the new timing engine. I don't see that anywhere. So what I see is, honestly, is kind of a buggy mess. But I like those features that you added before. So can you give me the code without that just has like those features that I like in it. So that just has the quintuplet subdivision, the kick, snare, and hi-hat sounds, plus the original clicks and woodblock, and the simple bar sequence trainer. I just want to make sure that it's not buggy and that we're able to add features without breaking the current state of the metronome. Now this is interesting because it said that there were like interactive components. Okay, so interactive components. Let's see here. So browser metronome. Okay, so we've got the bars on, bars silent. All right, so yeah, it looks like it's still catastrophically failing. So let's do file. We're gonna open a file. We're gonna go to downloads. and then we'll open. Let's open the first one. The first one's bigger, so okay, and then let's do a Control A. Oops, and I did the letter C, so let's do Control Z. And we'll do a Control C rather than just the letter C, and then Control V. Okay, and then delete, close out of the file, and then look at the changes. All right, and now let's analyze the changes and see what we want to keep and what we want to erase. All right, so browser metronome with simple notation. I don't know why it says with simple notation. Is that what it says up here? Uh, yeah, we can get rid of that with simple notation. I don't think that's necessary. So let's revert this change. So revert block. Okay, and then let's get rid of with simple notation here. Okay, and let's see if simple notation shows up anywhere else. SIMPLE. Okay, that's the only other place, so that should be fine. All right. All right, so here's the next change. It looks like it's just mostly a formatting change. Here they decided to put everything on one line, so we can revert this change. Oh, the revert button now went away. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so let's revert this change. That can be all the same. Doesn't have to be different. This one as well. Yeah, revert all this. This is just basic stuff. Yeah, I like that look better when it's not just all on one line. Yeah, this one too, just basic stuff. Can revert it. Let's see here. Revert that. Okay, so now this is where things might get. Yeah, this is where there were issues with the buttons. So let's take a look. Let's go live. Okay, see how the buttons all screwed up? Let's revert that change, and that should fix the problems with the button. Okay, so now the buttons should be, yep, now the buttons are a static color, and they don't, yeah, they're not all screwed up. And we can look at what it was like before by going here, download history. So yeah, so it's the same number of features. We still have tap tempo, start and stop, but now it's no longer, now we reverted that change that made it all screwed up there. So that's good. Okay, so the next one, we've got a, yep. So let's, yeah. So that's good. So the next one, uh, so simply all it did was change the single quotes to double quotes. So we'll revert that change. Um, Another change here, single quotes, double quotes. Revert that change. All right. So now we've got meter and subdivision. Um, yep. So time signature. We can revert this change. It's again just single quotes, double quotes. It looks like. So here's a change we are going to keep here. So let's take this here. So we're going to put the cursor there. We're going to sit Control Shift and then click that line and then Control Copy. Okay. All right. and then we'll revert this change. Yeah, so here's the swing slider that it tried to add. That didn't work. So let's revert this whole change. Revert this whole change. All right, and now we can add the quintuplet. Let's add the quintuplet. Okay, and then let's do a search for quintuplet in the code. So we've only got one. Okay, let's take a look at the code, make sure that's in there. Yeah, so we still got the quintuplet in there. Let's see if it works. Okay, so that seems to work. So let's have the hi-hat for the let's do the wood block. The accent will be a tick. Okay, and then bring this way down so that it's easier to hear the difference. So I'm gonna bring this down to like 50. One, two, three, four, five, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. Okay. So yeah, the quintuplet that stays there. Um, Now this next change, let's get rid of this code because it just doesn't work. Uh, Next change, simple bar sequence mute. So it looks like we changed this quite a bit. Yeah, so we added a new feature there. So let's keep that. Let's take a look at let's go live there. So now we've got the bar silent. Let's see how that compared to what we had before. So we'll go to so we can close both of these. And then there, this is the one that's hosted live yet, so none of these changes are live because they're still in the version control, didn't commit them yet. So this is what's live. We can see in the meter and subdivision, we don't have this extra feature here for bars on, bar silent. This is a really good feature that can really help you internalize tempo. So let's have 3 bars be on, and then 1 bar be silent. And then we'll have quintuplets. We'll have it 50 beats per minute. Okay, and then we'll have a accented tone, which will be a tick, then a click, and we'll have the subdivisions be a wood block. Oh, and we've got an error, so let's hit F12 and take a look at the error. So cannot read properties of null, reading there, so we'll go to that in the code. So we got to take out all that swing code because it's completely buggy. So we're gonna leave this change there because we definitely want that. Let's leave this change as well. This will give us the new kick and snare ones. Now I think we also get the hi-hat one. So let's add the hi-hat to this. So we're gonna go like that. Yeah, look, and Copilot got it. So let's accept that from Copilot. We're gonna hit Tab. There we go, and now we've got that in there. Copilot knew that something was up and suggested that. So there we go. Okay, and then we've got um, VOL for volume. Let's see. Oh yeah, so it renamed it to VOL rather than VOLUME. So we should see that. Yeah, here the yeah, the ID is different. Yeah. So the label is different. Let's do VOLUME. Yeah, I just feel like there's no reason not to spell that out all the way. Um, yeah, that looks better to me. Volume. So let's find yeah. So we're gonna do that for each of them. Okay. All right. So we are going to keep the changes. We're going to keep this change because this is an extra feature that's really nice. We're going to keep this change because it's adding extra sounds. Um, we're going to keep this change. Now, some of these changes are kind of annoying. It's just the only difference is it's single quotes instead of double quotes, but we'll keep those anyway. So let's see here. And it won't let me. For some reason, it won't let me slide over. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, these look good. Everything looks good. So now the next thing it did was it took out this I think it removed the feature. Let's see. Yeah, it completely took out my tempo changes feature. So let's add that back in by reverting this change. All right, and now hopefully we'll see that back. It's probably a buggy mess, but yeah, there it's back now. Let's see how buggy it is. So we're gonna have it be 3/4. Um, we're gonna add a change to have it be. Oh, we're gonna have it be 4/4. We're gonna add a change to have it be 3/4. Yeah, and it's just a buggy mess now. So hopefully we'll be able to fix that later. So oh, this one is just single quotes for double quotes. So let's get rid of that. Okay, so now we've got yeah, so now we've got our swing, all of that. Now we have to be careful with this one because we don't want to get rid of everything. We do want still want the uh we do still want the bars on feature. Um, so we got to make sure not to blow that away. All right, so we can oh, this is interesting. None of these are UI refs, helpers. This is like helper code. Honestly, I think we can keep this change. Let's keep this change, but let's get rid of yeah, I feel like we can keep this change. Let's keep this change, but get rid of the swing slider. Okay, so now we've got BPM helper. We've got the button tone select. We've got the canvas. So these are all new. Oh, it looks like here it just reformulated a comment, so we'll get rid of that change, go with the old comment. We just don't want there to be a bunch of change it. Let's call them beefless changes, changes that have no beef, that actually don't do anything. You know, just little changes that don't actually do anything. We don't want our change management to be, or our version control to be littered with all these useless changes. Every change we make, we want it to be meaningful. All right, so this next one, white noise buffer for snare hi-hat. Yeah, it looks good to me. Let's take a look at where we're at so far. So we finally got the tempo changes back. I think we still have the bug. Let's see. Yeah, we still have the bug. We can't add the change. So if we go to F12, um, oh yeah, swing slider is still not defined. Let's get rid of that swing slider because that's quite annoying there. So it's SWING. Oh yeah, this whole thing is let's just get rid of this whole change wholesale. Okay, and let's see what that did. All right, everything's back. Let's see if the bug's still there. Yep, bug is still there. Add change button not defined. All right, let's get rid of this change. This change. Let's get rid of all the changes. Scheduler, yeah, yeah, because this has a bunch of swing crap in it. None of that worked. All right, the tap tempo was rewritten quite a bit. Get rid of the changes there. All right, that has a new line that doesn't, so we'll get rid of the change there. Okay, so now we've got some changes that actually are meaningful. The first change is we're gonna let's just have it say browser metronome then rather than with simple notation. I don't know what that means. I feel like that's a remnant of it trying to implement the the Western standard notation in it and failing to do that. Um, so that's a good change to rename that for more clarity. The next change we're going to have is we're going to add the ability to subdivide in quintuplets, which is really cool. Um, so yeah, so we'll have that be number five. The order of this could probably be different, but oh no, a quintuplet would be a greater subdivision than a 16th because that would be every four. This would be every five. So yeah, perfect. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is right. So we're gonna add the feature for being able to make bars on or off. Really good. Oh, but look. So we're actually deleting the accent grouping feature here, which we absolutely do not want to do. So let's take a look at that in live server. Yeah, so the entire accent grouping section is gone. So let's so this is a field set. So let's see here. So we have a div here. Oh, where's the opening field set? let's do a control F for field set. Okay, and then we'll look at the first instance and see. Okay, field set. Okay, so here's the controls field set. So if we look back at the live version, oh, that's interesting. Controls. There's no. Oh no, that's a class. So this is uh, or that's a div. So the field set has section, and let's do this. I'm not perfect with this code, so we're gonna get on the line with oh 04 mini high, and we're gonna discuss get some brief teaching. Hey, how you doing? I'm working on a coding project. Can you help me with it?
Hey, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Of course, I'd be happy to help. What are you working on and what do you need assistance with?
So I'm working on a metronome. I want it to be the greatest metronome ever written of all time. So I want it to have a lot of advanced features. So I'm going through. I'm working with you to add features to it, but I'm going and reviewing the code myself. And as I'm reviewing the code, I just want you to get like act as a like a teacher or like a mentor or like a senior developer and like I'm the junior developer and I just want you to answer like really basic questions I have.
Sounds great. I'm here to help however you need. Feel free to ask any questions, no matter how basic, and we can work through them step by step. What part of the code or feature are you focusing on right now?
Well, there's a tag, right? Because so what I'm working with is CSS, HTML, and JavaScript, and I'm doing it all in one file. So I'm working with basic. So the whole file is a HTML file, right? So like there's a tag, script tag for where I have my JavaScript, and then there's a style tag for where I put my CSS. Are you with me so far?
Absolutely, I'm with you. So you've got everything in a single HTML file, with your JavaScript inside a script tag and your CSS inside a style tag. That's a solid approach for getting everything running in one place. What's the first feature or issue you want to tackle?
So, can you briefly tell me about the field set flag?
Sure, the field set tag in HTML is used to group related elements within a form. It creates a visual and semantic grouping, which is especially useful for organizing complex forms with multiple sections. When you wrap a group of form elements, like inputs or labels, in a field set, it often makes the form more accessible and easier to understand. You can also use a legend tag inside the field set to provide a caption for the group, which can help clarify the purpose of those fields.
Okay, that was really helpful. Yeah, I see the legend tag for some of these field sets.
Awesome! The legend tag can make each section's purpose clear, like a mini heading for that group of fields. This way, users can easily understand the structure of your form or interface. Let me know if you have any more questions as you go along.
All right, so let's just put it on mute for a bit. So yeah, so this makes everything make a lot of sense. So if we look at our metronome so far, and I've got a bunch of instances of it open because yeah, so we can close all these instances and just navigate back to the browser rather than rerunning live server each time. I'll refresh it. So so these are the field sets, these white boxes. And then here's the legends for each of them. So if we look at the one I have hosted live, we can see we've got the accent grouping one with the legend there. So so that got blown away. in our changes, we can see here, we can see the accent. We can see it basically rewrote this. So what we're gonna have to do is uh, get this accent grouping field set back. But we are gonna have to keep it there. So this accent grouping field set should go down here under this other field set here. So we're going to, yeah, so this is the field set that belongs to meter and subdivision. And then underneath meter and subdivision, we have accent grouping. So we still want it like this. We still want this extra feature here, but then we want to add back accent grouping down there. So we're gonna go to the field set, which is here on line 90. Control Shift up to line 82. Uh, and then copy that, and then Control paste it under this field set here. Okay, Control paste. There we go. Oops, and I hit a wrong button by accident. So let's see here. So we've got the field set here for tempo, field set here for meter and subdivision. Okay, and now we've got a field set here for sound and levels. So something went catastrophically wrong. Now we can see we do have quite an interesting auto completion, but let's just forget about that and paste that field set in. Uh, Click on a different line, and there we go. So yeah, looks good. We've got some extra lines here. Let's get rid of those. Then we'll have the next field set start. Uh, there we go. So okay, so now we've got okay. So let's take a look at what we got. All right, so we've got the accent grouping back. We do have a problem though. The accent grouping is missing. Uh, yeah, we are still missing quite a bit. Also, we don't have the hi-hat for all of them still. Only for main do we have all of the options, and it doesn't work. Add change button is not defined. All right, let's just revert all of this. Revert all of this. Revert all of this. Revert this. All right, let's see what we got now. Cool. So now we've got it more or less working. We've got this new meters, this new bars on and bars off. 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay, well that kind of doesn't work if you have a change, then this doesn't work. Unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. Okay, so this doesn't work. Well, that's too bad. I doubt the quintuple works anymore either because there was JavaScript. Oh, that's surprising. All right, well, let's see if we can keep that. That's shocking. Why does that work? All right, let's revert this because this isn't working. This let's not revert. Let's just try to add this to the other ones. So these accent tones. So I'm gonna do a Control Shift like that, and then copy that. Okay, and then let's add the accent tones to each of them. Okay, and then oh, that's the kick and the snare. It's missing the hi-hat. Okay, so let's add the hi-hat to each of them. All right, so now let's look at the what we got up here. Okay, so we don't have that new feature anymore. We do have quintuplets now, and that does appear to be working. So if we do the subdivision, the bell, that appears to be working. We also got these new. We still have all the other features we had before, and I think they're all working. Let's see if the grouping works still. Let's see if we have this bug still. Nope, that bug is still fixed. Okay, so now let's try our new tones. A kick, a snare, and a hi-hat. Okay, so that doesn't work. Yeah, it just defaults to click, which makes sense because we don't have any more. Oops, I'm just kind of randomly clicking now because we don't have any more code down here that actually applies it. All right, so we can probably add that. So let's see here, Control F, click. Okay, so we've got the oops. Okay, so we've got the three instances. Okay, so we've got the instances for making them selectable, but for making them actually do something once they're selected. we need to use JavaScript. Yeah, so function, OSC type, return name. Basically, we need this code. Yeah, and we need better comments. Okay, so that looks pretty easy. Yeah, so I think it would be here. So if name equals wood, return play wood. If name equals click. Yeah, so this function play tone. I think we gotta mess around with. So we've got click, tick, and wood. Yeah, so we need to add. Yeah, we need to. Okay, so let's just do like that. Control Shift up to this. Oops, I can't do. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna update this playtone function. So, oops, wrong thing. There we go. Go to the AI. Wrong thing there as well. Okay, so we'll use 04 mini high. Oops, did not mean to do that either. Uh, okay, so now we'll take this. Oh, so Control Shift up to here. Copy. Okay. Okay. Um. All right, that's fine. So now let's undo all of these changes. Okay, and now we're just gonna go with these two changes. I'm surprised that this is all you need to do to add a subdivision. That's shocking. Yeah, Yeah, but that's truly the case. That's all you need to do to add a subdivision. Hey, I'm not complaining. Yeah, that's like perfect. All right, so yeah, I'm good with these changes. Let's go. Let's make these changes live. Say like adding subdivision. All right, so those changes are live, and I want to show something really cool. How you can tell whether or not your changes are live. So if we go to my where I'm hosting this, which is uh, uh, yeah, which is here. And then we open the developer panel and go to network. Um, and then we spam the refresh button. We can see it's 302. So the 302 status code means it's calling it from the cache. So so we can see if we hover over it, it still says browser metronome with simple notation. So it doesn't. So there. See how we got that 200 status code now? That means that we've got the latest version. So so now it doesn't have the with simple. Now it has the quintuple feature. So if we refresh it again, now we can see now it's drawing it from the cache. So if you make a change to if you make a change to your hosting platform, you got to get that new 200, and then have it replace what is in the cache, or to go with that new change going forward. So that's an easy way you can tell whether your change went live or not. Okay, okay. So we're gonna say good. Now modify this file and give me back the full file. Good. Now update this code, please. Yeah, I found canvas mode just doesn't work for me. It's like really buggy and bad. Oh, now it's working. But I bet you it's going to abbreviate and leave comments saying like, "Oh, well, this is the code we had before and it's not changed." Okay, now we've got all the functions. Play hi-hat. Yeah, that's good. Scheduler. Yeah, see, now it's only 422 file 22. Yeah, so it took out one of the main features. So why can't I look at the? Oh, okay, I'm not in the change management or the change control part. Yeah. So it took yeah. Look, see how many changes it made, and it does it like it does a lot of annoying extra changes too. Like it changes the comments, which is really annoying. Okay, try again. Do not make any unnecessary changes to the code. Only change the thing that is necessary to get the new features to work, but nothing else. Do not remove any features. Do not change any comments. Keep everything the same except what needs to change to add these new tones. And now it's just going to completely bork, or it's not going to do what I asked. Okay, or it's see canvas mode is gonna break, but that's okay. All right, so we'll get rid of all those changes. Yep, discard. All right. See, now it's abbreviating. Do not abbreviate any of the lines or leave them to be filled out by me. Include every necessary line for the code to function. I should be able to use the file you produce to actually run the application without having to make any modifications to the file. Yeah, and this is a result of 4.0 mini high. O 03 doesn't do this nearly as often. So I'm going to try. I'm going to switch over to O 03. Possibly even. Oh, they're taking away O 01 Pro. Oh, well, who cares about Canvas? I hate Canvas. All right, this looks a lot better. All right, we've got a whole plethora of changes again. So, we just changed the single quotes to double quotes. I hate those kinds of changes. It's so annoying. I mean, whatever. We can accept those changes. It doesn't matter. As long as the application works. Yeah, everything looks like it works. It's just changing the spacing and everything. Let's take a look. That works. Um, we'll do the gold standard test for this, which is really not comprehensive enough, but oops, let's get rid of that change. Let's do same meter. Oh, actually, 2, 3, 4. There we go, and then back to 4, 4 with a tick. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks good. And now let's try the three new tones: snare, hi-hat. So do a subdivision. Okay, so the kick, that's the kick drum. Cool. Okay, yeah, we've got new tones now. So we've got lots of tones to choose from. Click, tick, bell, woodblock. Pretty happy with that. Changes work. Now the changes don't like completely work. For example, we don't even have like if we have this new grouping pattern, like yeah. So now the grouping pattern just goes away, which is not the worst way in the world to handle it. It would be nice if the grouping pattern persisted across the change. So like, or if you could change it to a different grouping pattern, but it gets complicated very fast. But I guess I'm happy with this session. We added new tones, which is not bad. Actually, I think I would like to add the feature. Yeah, I think I do want to add the. Let me add one more feature. Okay, perfect. That's exactly right. Now I want you to make one more change. I want you to add a feature that can play measures on and measures off. For example, let's say that I am practicing a piece in 4/4 and I want three of the measures to play and then one of the measures to pause so I can practice an internal rhythm. Can you add that feature, please? Okay, we can, yeah, everything looks good, so we'll do this. We'll say adding new tones. Commit and sync that. And then I'll demonstrate again how you can tell that the changes are live. You just go in here, you can see, go to the network tab, hit refresh, we can see 304, it's still drawing from my cache. That means it doesn't have the change yet. There we go. And now we got the 200, so it's got the change. I hit it one more time so it draws it from the cache. Okay. All right, and then let's see if. Oh, okay, so we can copy that. Okay, did a lot of weird stuff where it just added new lines. Okay, so now it added okay, it added a new yeah, new measure loop section. That looks good. Let's see what we got. So now we've got tempo, meter and subdivision, accent grouping, tone and levels, measure loop. Uh, so let's see what that looks like. So play measures. We're gonna play 3 measures, and then we're gonna mute 1 measure. 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, mute. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4, mute. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Let's add it. Happy with that. So we say added mute measures. And this is one of the most useful things to practice at all because it gives you internal rhythm. All right, so all in all, I feel like this session was fairly successful. We got uh, uh, 2 new features added. We added more tone selection, and we added the ability to mute or unmute measures in a loop. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. It would have been great if we could add polyrhythm. It also would be great if we could, because as good as this appears to be working, so if we add a sudden change to a new meter, and then we change it back, it does sound like it's working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it seems like it's working. Um, oh, and we have the muted measures. So we can turn these off. It seems like it's working, but it breaks down very quick the more complicated you get. So if we start at 3, 4, and we go, let's change meter to 7, 8, because now the 4 and the 8 are different. So now it gets a different value, right? So like and then let's go to 3, 4, and then let's go back, and then let's go to 4, 4. Like it very quickly breaks down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, now it just doesn't work at all. Oh, well, that's because my start measure is wrong. Yeah, I have 3 of them all at the same start measure. I mean, right there, it shouldn't allow you to do that. So 7, 8, then we'll do 3, 4, then we'll go back to 4, 4. Oops, and I have to actually add the change. So see, already this is like not fun to use. So then 3, 4. Okay, then back to 4, 4. So it seems like it's working. It passes that simple debugging test, but once it gets more complicated, it's clear that it doesn't work. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, well that's pretty good. The only problem with that though is technically, this is a 7/4. I mean, technically it's not, but that should really be called 7/4 uh for it to be clear. These should all be 4s, not 8s. If you want 8s, then you subdivide it. Oh, this. Oh, it's doing the changes. I see. Yeah, it's doing the changes. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. So that's going to be it for this video. I'll keep working on this. In order for this to be the greatest metronome ever created, it really does need the ability to do polyrhythms. It also should have the ability to do swing. And then yeah, I think it might need the ability to do polymeters as well. But that's where I'm a little bit lost. It's intuitive to me what a polyrhythm is, what swing is, but polymeter, I'm a little bit lost on what polymeter actually is. So it's the simultaneous use of two or more different time signatures. This means that, yeah, okay. So let's watch a quick video on it.
Polyrhythm is when we have more than one evenly spaced pulse at a time.
Yeah, it's probably
But with a
rhythm.
polymeter, we
Yeah.
only have one pulse. What makes it a polymeter, though, is that we have more than one time signature. So in this example, the bass is playing in 4/4. However, the snare drum is playing in 3/4.
Yeah, so it's just semantic. It doesn't actually sound
A
different.
4/3 polymeter like this is actually used in Kashmir by Led Zeppelin.
Okay, well I guess it's not, yeah, okay. Yeah. So that was a good video. Yeah, so I need polymeter in my I need polymeter as well. But I'm pretty happy with the progress I made so far. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.